Hello everybody and welcome back to the 12 Days of ComiXmas. It's the final issue of Sleigher, the Heavy Metal Santa Claus. I've been having fun with this and I hope you're enjoying it also. You might have noticed that I've been putting a link to the trade paperback of this comic in the description so you don't have to hunt down individual issues. Our story begins with this graffiti artist who has made some damn clean lines for a dude that doesn't have any stencils on him, but he should have used that talent for sign painting instead of vandalism, because now Gorilla's gonna snort his soul right up for being so naughty. But then she's hit with a generous mittenful of that deadly yellow snow. I think Sleigher ought to add insult to injury and rub it into her beady little eyes in a vigorous circular motion hitherto unknown to the people of this area, but destined to take the place of the mud shark in your mythology. Despite that chaos of gorilla snorting souls, Sleigher is determined to give presents to children, even the crappy ones. Also, he can fly now, that's convenient. All the Yule lads are in on the fun, like this one guy. He looks like me when I'm left unattended around summer sausage. Sleigher's roller derby elves initiate a holiday beatdown on their asses and knock them through this convenient portal where... Wait a minute. Putin's back out of his prison. And he has clothes on, so that's an improvement, though on second thought, we only have a confirmed shirt and a shape of a jacket. He could still be pantsless. Actually, did we ever establish what happened to Putin before? He got shot with a beam, showed up naked in a cage again, and now he's back home and partially clothed, and also he's kind of being on the side of the good guys here. Are we supposed to be rooting for Putin? Meanwhile, there is a team of elves aboard the Yule Lads ship, armed with the most logical weapon, a gun that shoots baked potatoes. What a gun that instantly bakes my potatoes for me. That'd be awesome. Well, maybe not potatoes that explode. That might be a little dangerous. Man, I got really proud of this comic for a second, only to realize that I read the first letters out of order. We find out that Putin and the other world leaders were rescued off camera by the elves, and Sleigher and Gorilla are duking it out on an international scale. She tires of all this and traps Sleigher in an ornament and brainwashes all these guys into being her devoted simps. But no goofy ornament is going to hold Sleigher in. He's got the power of heavy metal on his side, which he uses to thrash the hell out of Gorilla, enough that she horks up the souls of these children. With their bodies reanimated... What the hell kind of playground you been visiting, kid? The elves hook these ungrateful little shits up with candy, and Sleigher uses one last burst of energy to turn Gorilla into a little snow globe. What does her speech balloon say? Let's zoom in. Sleigher uses his magic to keep the ship full of children from crashing directly into the cold, hard... Oh, well, he tried his best. These kids are ungrateful little brats, though. Maybe nice concussion will teach them some manners. Sleigher heads back home to celebrate with some beer and ho-ho-hos. And this brings us to the end of Sleigher Volume 1. Despite the promise of a follow-up series in the following year, it never happened, so we never got to see Disco Krampus. You can't just end the series here, not after being promised goddamn Disco Krampus. You know, he's got a look that makes him a distinct possible choice as a Tumblr sexy man. Get this guy noticed on Tumblr, and we might get enough traction to get Sleigher Series 2 made. What has it been, 6 years later? We might be able to get this to happen, folks. So that does bring us to the end of Sleigher, the Heavy Metal Santa Claus. I hope you enjoyed checking this comic out, and I'll be back tomorrow with another comic.